an actor with the face of Romeo and the eyes of a serial killer. A favorite of directors Christopher Nolan and Danny Boyle. A star of both Hollywood blockbusters and art house films, Cillian Murphy is a uniquely versatile actor who looks equally convincing in melodramas and sci-fi films. Whether as a psychopath or a loving son, a brutal gangster or a timid woman. In this video, we will trace the creative journey of the star of the series, Peaky Blinders, and discover the extent of his transformations, why he was chosen for the lead role in the movie Oppenheimer, and to what degree the meme about a disappointed Cillian Murphy reflects reality. Cillian was born in Ireland into a family of hereditary educators. His mother taught French, and Murphy, in addition to his native English and Irish, is fluent in French.
Je m'appelle Thomas Shelby, j'ai réservé une salle de réunion.
In his youth, Cillian wanted to become a rock star and played with his brother in several bands. However, neither the dream of becoming a musician nor an attempt to study for a law degree was destined to be realized. Murphy discovered the world of acting. At the age of 20, he made his debut on the theater stage in a play based on Enda Walsh's Disco Pigs, a drama about growing up and discovering sexuality. The production was a resounding success around the world, and in 2001, Cillian reprised the role of Darren, nicknamed Pig, in the screen adaptation. It was in Disco Pigs that Danny Boyle saw him and offered him the lead role in the post-apocalyptic horror film 28 Days Later, the movie that first introduced fast zombies and revived an almost forgotten genre. Jim, a simple courier in intensive care, misses the initial wave of the rage virus pandemic that wipes out nearly all of humanity. But it's even more terrifying to witness how he, usually calm and kind, in the climactic scene, when the hero, Cillian Murphy, saves his loved ones, is overwhelmed by rage and for a moment becomes indistinguishable from the infected. The movie features two endings, and the actor himself has stated that he prefers the tragic one. A highlight of this period in his career can be considered the Cannes Film Festival winning film, The Wind That Shakes the Barley, a classic by Ken Loach. The film explores two main themes, each represented by its own color. Green symbolizes Ireland and peace, while brown symbolizes war. It is a historical drama about how the enemy invades your country and how that enemy can then become someone you love. The war for Irish independence and the subsequent Civil War are inextricably linked to the fates and relationships of two brothers, Teddy and Damien, reminiscent of Cain and Abel. The sympathies of the British director initially lie with all the Irish under oppression in Great Britain, and later with Damien, a member of the paramilitary organization of Irish nationalists, the IRA. In 2005, the Hollywood phase of Murphy's career began. The actor auditioned for the role of Batman in Christopher Nolan's reboot.
Who was with Falcone at the docks?
He wasn't right for that part in the way that Christian was. But the performance was incredible, and everybody took huge notice of it while we were shooting it and while we watched the tests.
Joe murdered my parents, and they deserve...
Don't pretend you wanted to do this for them.
His audition impressed Nolan so much that Murphy became one of the director's favorites and the first actor in the DC universe whose villain appears in 3 consecutive films. His character, Jonathan Crane, appears to be a decent doctor, but in reality, he is a true psychopath. Under the guise of the Scarecrow, he uses toxic substances to induce fear and panic in his enemies. During his career, Murphy played only 2 true villains, the Scarecrow and Jackson Ripner in the movie Red Eye, a thriller by Wes Craven.
Blinding blue eyes, this incredible face that's handsome but also can be really kind of scary looking.
Almost all the movie's action takes place in the claustrophobic space of an airplane, and Craven creates tension almost exclusively through the use of close-ups, in which Murphy's facial expressions and eyes are particularly expressive. Deep blue eyes are Murphy's hallmark, making it particularly unexpected for the director of the thriller Peacock to have the actor wear brown lenses, rendering him completely unrecognizable. His character, John, is battered, emaciated, and physically impaired. He rides a bicycle, fearing to touch the car left by his mother. He purses his lips and consistently looks down. But his alter ego, Emma, is a determined and strong-willed woman who isn't afraid to drive, quickly befriends her neighbors, and is capable of doing anything to achieve her goals. To portray a man with dissociative identity disorder, Cillian Murphy rehearsed extensively and sought unique traits to distinguish each personality. In the actor's career, there is another female role, the unflappable and daring Patricia Kitten Braden in the comedy drama Breakfast on Pluto. Fearing that he would soon become too old for this character, Cillian pursued the director for 3 years, until he decided to make a movie on the complex topics of transgender identity and the IRA. Here too, Cillian undergoes an unrecognizable transformation from his gait to the timbre of his voice.
When you can call me Kitten, Father. Kitten. Yes, Patrick Kitten Braden. After saying kitten.
Despite playing a woman for 95% of his screen time in Breakfast on Pluto, Murphy was nominated for Best Actor in a Comedy or Musical at the Golden Globes. Murphy enjoys taking on the challenges that directors and roles present to him. For example, being a vegetarian, he learned how to butcher a pig in a slaughterhouse to authentically portray a butcher in The Girl with a Pearl Earring. On the set of Danny Boyle's Sunshine, the actor was suspended in a spacesuit on a cable, sometimes upside down, to ensure that the helmet camera captured his real sweat and breathing difficulties. In the movie Dunkirk, he was truly alone on the overturned hull of a ship on the high seas. Completely dedicated to his roles, Murphy maintains a private life. He is not particularly fond of giving interviews, which has led to numerous memes about his bored expression while waiting for a question from a journalist. The actor didn't make any talk show appearances until 2010.
Cillian, this is as I understand, your first ever live television interview.
Yeah, TV, Virgin, I guess.
In 2013, Cillian Murphy made his television debut, which brought him a new wave of popularity. Director Stephen Knight initially considered Jason Statham for the role of the leader of the criminal clan in Peaky Blinders. Statham was physically more reminiscent of a Birmingham bandit. However, in the end, the choice fell on Murphy, and the creators of the show did not air. The series lasted for 6 seasons, won a BAFTA award, received rave reviews from critics, and garnered an army of millions of fans. Tommy is the undisputed leader of the gang. He is smart, charismatic, and always keeps a trump card up his sleeve. He takes care of his family and friends and tries to avoid unnecessary sacrifices. At the same time, Thomas is crippled by World War I and suffers from PTSD, is lonely, secretive, and sees nothing reprehensible in illegal bookmaking and the smuggling of alcohol, drugs, and weapons. Murphy's portrayal brings to the screen the image of an underworld genius in the spirit of Professor Moriarty, yet with the nobility of a brigand, reminiscent of Robin Hood. The role of an honorable bandit allowed the actor to showcase his strongest attributes: self-confidence, which is evident in his open face and bottomless blue eyes, and a sinister charm, the inner darkness, which is why there are so many thrillers and dramas in Cillian's filmography. In 2023, stardom arrived for the actor when Cillian starred in one of the year's main premieres, Oppenheimer. To help the actor better understand the character, Nolan wrote a script from the first person, making Cillian Murphy, with his ambivalent appearance, the perfect choice for the controversial figure of the father of the atomic bomb, Robert Oppenheimer. The ambitious scientist, on the one hand, created a weapon of mass destruction, but on the other, he bore moral responsibility for his terrible invention throughout his life.
I think there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world.
Chances are near zero.
Near zero.
What do you want for theory alone?
During his career, it seems Cillian Murphy has not starred in any poor projects. In his filmography, there are no films rated below 6 points. He always chooses his roles and directors with sensitivity, and there is no doubt that his career will feature many more great and interesting roles. Murphy will bring talent and charisma to each, and no viewer will be able to resist his bottomless blue eyes. In this video, we took a look at the creative journey of Cillian Murphy. If you liked our video, don't forget to put a like, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell. Thanks for watching and have a good day.